Judge.
All right. Good morning, Mr. Lopez. Mr. Lopez, you're charged with assault, bodily injury. You're facing up to a year in jail and or a $4,000 fine. We are going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one, one will be appointed to you.
One more, Your Honor. On September 6th, 2024, officers were dispatched to an assault at a residence in Harris County, Texas. Officers made contact with the complainant. The complainant was picking up a DoorDash order, returned to her vehicle, and removed an empty cup and placed it on the floor in the parking lot. The complainant stated that the defendant grabbed the cup, threw it back inside the vehicle, and the complainant placed the cup outside the vehicle once more, and the defendant grabbed the cup, placed the rock inside, and the defendant threw the cup with the rock at her, striking the left side of her face, causing pain. The complainant stated the defendant grabbed her windshield wiper and the two engaged in a verbal altercation. The complainant states the defendant grabbed a handgun from his vehicle, held it by his waistband, but did not point it at the complainant. The complainant stated that the complainant stated to the defendant that she was enrolled in a police academy, was calling 911, and that's when the defendant left the scene.
Okay. Mr. Lopez, I'm going to find that there's probable cause to go forward with the case. I'm ordering you as a condition of your bond not to have any contact with this person and not to be in possession of weapons. If you violate these conditions, I'm going to put you in jail. You will not get any more PR bonds. Understand?
Yes, sir.
See that there's no bond set now.
Correct.
You guys want to do?
It's just a misdemeanor, Judge. We're looking at 500 to 1,000.
Okay. What do you think?
We're going to post to 1,000.
Okay. We'll set it at 1,000. Do you have any open cases now? Are there any open cases now? All right, I will give you a PR bond now, but I'm going to tell you, Mr. Lopez, this is it. I'm not going to give you another one. You violate conditions, do something you're not supposed to. I'm going to do everything in my power to protect the public in every single manner, however I can. So beware that we have eyes on you now. Any false move, we're just going to put you in jail. You understand? You know, you're lucky. One false move with that gun, because it's very tempting. You could be hit with a second-degree felony. God forbid someone else didn't have a gun. I was reading a report yesterday or a couple of days ago where same kind of deal, two people getting at it, one blew the other away, dead. You never know who's on the other end of that argument and whether they have a gun or not. You got to be careful. Life's way too short for this. For now, I'm going to have you sign a receipt with Victoria. We'll get you with pre-trial for your bond and your paperwork, and then we'll have you sign your bond conditions, and then you'll be on your way. You have a lawyer, so we will waive your appearance, but it's your responsibility to stay in touch with JL, and she'll tell you when you have to come back to court. If she tells me she can't get a hold of you because you're gone or you're ducking and dodging phone calls, I will issue a warrant for your arrest. Pick up a new case, violate conditions, same thing. Do you have any questions? Just be nice. It's not hard, you know? All right, guys, please.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thanks, Jan.
May I be excused?
Yes,
Judge, did you set the bond?
1,000.
1,000?
Granted a PR bond. I don't understand why you are still pushing your luck. You were supposed to register immediately upon doing the 3 days as a condition. When did she do the 3 days, please?
September 20th is when she went in, and that Monday, I think, to reinstate her, Judge.
Yes, Judge, it was September 20th.
She did, she was released on when, the 21st?
The 23rd. 23rd is when she was released.
Released the 23rd. She was supposed to register immediately, starting the IOP. And what day did she register?
Yesterday.
Because her probation officer told her she had a month.
I told you here what you were supposed to do. I'm tired of playing this game, Andrea.
At least
I'm
she's
tired of
registered.
playing. It's
Mr.
like,
Sapiens?
you know, when this is what happens when you're too nice. It's over and over. People take advantage of you like crazy. it took 1, 2, 3, 4 weeks for her to sign up for IOP, Andrea. 4 weeks.
Can you, since she's already registered,
No, I mean, I'm done with this. I'm just, what,
let her see if she goes, if she attends? I don't have there's not much that I can say. I don't have much to stand on.
she
But
doesn't take us seriously.
hoping that you will allow, since she's already registered, you'll allow
Let's
her,
do this. Let's do this.
because she has an ankle monitor on. That's on. It's
I'm
on.
gonna
there.
send her for a drug test right now. I want to see what if anything that she's gonna test positive for. And then right now, I want to send her for a test. And then I guess we'll talk when she comes back. Because first things first, I want to know if she's clean. If she's not clean, it's over. That's it. But if she's clean, then we'll talk about how we go further.
They
but-
send her back here.
No.
How long? So I know how to manage everything else. that
I have your cell phone, right?
Yes.
I'll text you when she comes back
Okay.
and I don't know. Just take a seat for a minute.
Thank you, Judge.
Thanks, Andrew. So I will indefinitely set this case off 2 weeks at a time to make sure that it gets done. Because I can't do 4-week resets anymore, unfortunately. So we are now going to have to micromanage just I don't think that this is right. And I don't think that this is fair because it really spits in the face of every single person who does a good job with this program. And what you're doing now is not what this program is designed to do. And it really violates the spirit because this is a program that's supposed to teach you right and wrong, teach you how to act in the free world. And you've done everything against that. I mean, for you to sign up for the class 1 day before court, it's just, it hurts. And it's shameful. Because when I told you, last time you were here, I told you that I wanted you to sign up immediately after you were done. And you sat there and you waited. Not 1 week, not 2 weeks, not 3 weeks, 4 weeks.
Oh, person's calling back.
So now you've shown me that I can't do long resets on your case. So if you fail one more time, if you ever fail to attend a meeting, if you ever fail to whatever you need to do, you will be out of this program. I will not do this again, and I will immediately set your case for trial. You have 1 week to sign up for the class. That's 3 times a week. And thereafter, you will get 2-week resets every single time to show me that you have attended this class 3 times a week. If you fail to go one of those times in a week, because it's the class is designed for you to go 3 times a week, every week. And if you fail to do that, that's it. Do you understand?
Judge, just to make sure we're all on the same page. Judge is asking you to go back to that list that you have and find a place that offers the program 3 times, IOP 3 times a week. What are the requirements? Is SOP once a week or, okay, right. So you have to go back to the list, find a place to register for IOP that does it, that meets 3 times a week. You do IOP, and once you're done with IOP, you find SOP that meets once a week. And you have to have, right, and you have to be registered in the IOP that meets 3 times a week by next court setting, which will be in about a week.
Not about exactly a week.
Okay,
from
do I
today.
have it
Next
correct?
Wednesday.
Do I have it correct, Judge? Right, okay, so do you understand that?
Yes.
There's not gonna be another chance. Okay.
State has nothing further, Judge, for the court.
See you in a week.
Thank you, Judge.
Good morning, Mr. Javed.
Good morning.
Sir, you're charged with terroristic threat or a family or a household member. That allegation kicks it up to a Class A misdemeanor, so you're facing up to a year in jail and or a $4,000 fine. We're going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one, one will be appointed to you, sir.
Yes, Judge. On October 8th, 2024, in Harris County, Texas, an officer was dispatched to meet with a firefighter at 3515, a residence in Harris County, Texas. The officer met with the complainant, who stated she got into an argument with her husband, the defendant. The complainant stated the defendant had been threatening to kill the complainant's family in Pakistan and to kill her in the past. In 2023, she called the police, but no report was made because she was afraid of retaliation. The complainant stated they have talked about who the defendant knows in Pakistan and believed the defendant could do something to her family to have them killed. The complainant stated the defendant made these threats to her and her family to control her. When the complainant called for police on October 8th, the defendant told the complainant if she called the police, the complainant knew the consequences, while making a circle in his hands, gesturing as if to strangle the complainant.
So there's also felony retaliation.
Yes, Your
Is
Honor.
this within what you just said now, or is it something else that happened? Because I know it arises out of the same, but was there any more overt action that was done other than spoken word?
Sorry, Your Honor. Let me check the DIMS.
Mr. Javed, I'm going to find that there's probable cause to go forward with your case. Tell me, are you a United States citizen?
Yes, yes, sir.
I'm ordering you as a condition of your bond not to have any contact with this complaining witness. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
I'm entering in, or it looks like a protective order has already been issued on the 9th of this month. I would get to know it. If you do something to violate this protective order, the state can and will file additional charges as violation of protective order. And I'm telling you, that's one of the worst cases you can pick up. You violate conditions on a no contact order, I can hold you at zero bond. And I will do it in a second to protect every person of Harris County. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
When I mean no contact, I mean no contact of any kind. Phone calls, text messages, social media, use of another person to relay any information. I'm also ordering you as a condition of your bond not to be in possession of weapons. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
If you violate these conditions, I will revoke your bond. I'm going to put you in jail. You will not get any more PR bonds. And I'm telling you now, I'm going to make it high. So no contact of any kind.
Your Honor, appears to be just the verbal threats.
Okay. So can you file no contact and no weapons, please?
Yes, Your Honor.
For now, I'm going to have you sign a reset with Victoria. After that, we'll have you take a seat in the jury box while we get your bond conditions. We'll have you sign the bond conditions, and then we'll have you wait for your lawyer. Okay? Please.
13 months deferred assault.
Gotcha.
Eric. Shh. You are Frankie Farias. Mr. Farias, you're charged with 2 cases. You're charged with driving while intoxicated. You're also charged with assault of a family member. You're facing up to a year on the assault case and or a $4,000 fine. And on the DWI, you're facing up to 6 months in jail and or a $2,000 fine. What have you guys worked out?
So for the, he's pleading time served on the DWI, 13 months deferred on the assault conditions.
Okay. This is how you understand this agreement.
I'm sorry.
You have 2 agreements on both of your cases. On the DWI, they've offered you 3 days in jail, credit for the 5 days that you've done. But you need to understand that that charge will go on your record. It's going to be there for the rest of your life. From now on, you are facing a minimum of 30 days in jail. So this time served, it's a minimum of 30 days in jail. Anytime you get pulled over, an officer is going to look at your record. They're going to see this. What do you think they're going to do if you smell like alcohol or dope? Right. I would never, even if you've had a sip of alcohol, I would not get into a car because it is a humongous risk. As far as the assault of a family member is concerned, you've worked out an agreement. They're offering you a 13-month deferred. Deferred is a type of probation that if you successfully complete it, you do not end up with a conviction on your record. You must understand, though, that this comes with an affirmative finding of family violence, meaning that if you ever pick up another one of these cases, even if you successfully complete the deferred, you will be looking at a third-degree felony, a minimum of 2 years in prison, a maximum of 10 years in prison. You can also never own a gun or ammunition as well. You will be signing this other piece of paper here, which is a written admonition that you are ineligible to possess a firearm or ammunition as a result of this plea bargain agreement as well. What you need to understand, it's firearm is a very loose term. So you need to understand, if you don't understand what a firearm is or what a weapon is, you need to talk to a lawyer because that's one of the conditions. Do you understand? When you pick up criminal cases, there are a lot of collateral consequences, as you now see. It can impact you in ways that you never, ever see. That's why you need to strive to never pick up any kind of cases. And when you pick up multiple successive cases, it kills you. And now you're ending up with these things, with both of these. Anytime you come into a contact with an officer and they look at your record, you think that you'll get the benefit of the doubt. Be careful. Just all I'm going to tell you is be careful. Now, part of the agreement on the deferred, you need to also understand you give up nearly every right known to man by entering this agreement. If you fail to live up to the terms of this agreement, we will issue a warrant for your arrest, put you in jail, and now you're looking at an entire year that you authorize to put you in custody if you violate this. Do you understand? For you to complete this successfully, you have to do a batterers intervention prevention program, what's called a BIP class. This is a 15-week, I'm sorry, is it it's 18, right? 18-week class that you have to go to one time a week for 8. You don't have to do this. You can set your cases for trial if you don't want to do this. Well, look, if you have that kind of attitude and you go into it,
Have attitude, Judge, is just, I mean, I understand, I messed up. I messed up. It's no one's fault but mine. I understand that, but y'all really treated me like I'm constantly getting in trouble for it. I'm not. I mean, I understand. I got a DUI and I ended up catching another.
criminal court, did you think this was going to be rainbows and gumdrops?
No, I didn't think that. I'm just, it's just.
And here's the thing, though, Mr. Faris, what you need to understand is if you think it was bad here, that's what you're saying to me now. If you think it's bad now, wait till you get out there in the free world with even more conviction on your record. Life will only get more difficult with the more convictions that you get.
I hadn't been getting in trouble for the past year. I got that DUI in 2020. I have not been in trouble for it since then. So y'all treated me like if I'm constantly getting in trouble for it. And I'm not trying to be rude. I'm really not.
How did we treat you that you're constantly in trouble? Tell me.
It's a conversation.
No, but Nathan, I want him, how did we treat you in what way?
I mean, I'm not
Tell
saying
me.
y'all treated me in any way. It's just like the way you talk to me. I have like I'm just a hardened criminal. All I did was I was young. I made a mistake. I was 20. I made a mistake. I was drinking. It was just a mistake.
Please do not admit to committing the offenses. We actually haven't been found guilty yet.
You mean how I'm talking to you right now?
Yes, sir.
I'm telling you what to expect.
And I understand that,
And I'm
but
telling you how it's going to affect you.
and I understand that.
And I'm telling you that you can't own a gun.
That's fine. No problem.
You can't own any ammunition.
That is fine. No problem whatsoever.
If you pick up another assault like this, you're looking at 2 to 10 in the penitentiary.
See, but I didn't assault nobody, but
You're
I
pleading
understand.
Guilty to assaulting.
But I understand.
You're
I'm not going to take your agreement. If you're telling me you're not guilty, then we're not going to do it.
That's how this works. You're pleading guilty and admitting that you committed a crime.
Okay.
If you stand up here and say you didn't commit a crime,
No,
then
no,
you're not pleading
this
guilty.
isn't like, it's not a game. And I'm not going to let you
Understand that.
plead guilty if you're not guilty. If you're not guilty, then let's try it. I'm not taking your plea of guilty if you're not guilty. That's it.
At this point, I politely request that we reset this case, short distance, have the client's appearance be required.
Well, hold on a second. How old is the case? I mean, the case is from
Look.
it's 510 days old. No, we set the case for trial today.
We'll do that.
That's it. And I'm not here to play games. If, if you're either guilty or you're not guilty, but we don't plead people guilty when they're not guilty. That's not a game that we play here. And understand, the way I talk to you now is in hopes that you don't pick anything up in the future,
I
because
promise you I won't. I haven't.
do you know how many times I hear that?
I'm pretty sure you hear it on an everyday basis. I'm
Every-
sure you do.
Same.
But I'm the one that, I am one of those persons that means it when he says it.
I'm gonna hit the pause button.
You
This-
pick up a case in 2020, and now you pick up a case in 2023.
I'm gonna hit the pause button here. What you're getting upset about is actually the language that the judge is required to say. He's not admonishing you about anything special about your case. He doesn't care anything about you,
Mm,
but what you're pleading guilty
No,
to carries
you're-
with it these consequences.
I understand.
If you plead guilty to an assault family violence, there's an affirmative finding of family violence, as explained to you. A second offense is automatically a third-degree felony. Third-degree felony punishment range is 2 to 10. If it's a strangulation, it's now 2 to 20 because it's a second-degree felony. This is automatic, has nothing to do with you, only has to do with what you're pleading guilty to. The DWI is similar in concept. If you plead guilty to DWI today and get convicted, which is what you're planning on doing, the second one is automatically a Class A misdemeanor with a maximum punishment of a year in county or a $4,000 fine. That has nothing to do with the facts of your case and your level of guilt. It's just the fact that you are pleading guilty. At the same time, I don't like this conversation. We're walking away and we're gonna have a later court date. So you go over here.
So if you want to continue on the DWI and tee up the assault, we can do that as well.
No, Judge. With him, we're not doing any pleas. At your request, we'll set the case for trial. I'd ask for 30 days. I'll have a conversation with you,
Totally.
with him. And if he wants to do the plea, we can do the plea. And he will come up here with the proper understanding.
It's not a big deal, but we either set it today or we,
Oh, I'll just set it today because it'll be long enough that we can have a conversation. Almost
So-
30 or so days, Judge.
yeah, November 19th.
That's
That's,
fine,
it's over 30 days.
Yeah.
Okay.
it's not that. It's just that I don't remember when Thanksgiving is. Which is a week or two after that, so we're fine.
It's that Tuesday. So it's the Tuesday before.
Tuesday, the week before.
Correct.
We're fine.
Okay, 11/19 it is on
I
both
like it.
cases.
Is Ramona in the back? Do I need to go talk to her?
Yes, no. Well, I'll tell them, but don't let
Oh,
them leave.
Nathan, you're fine. It's a good
Thank
day.
you, Ramona.
You're welcome.
Who said my name?